Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I want to go bring to light an issue that's been floating around throughout the past few weeks or so, especially now that more people are getting their PlayStation 5 consoles, and a lot of people are having really weird issues with the DualSense controller. Like, there's some brand new things mixed on in, so I want to go talk about it. I want to give you guys some clarity on it, kind of let you guys know if you guys are getting your console sometime in the near future, or if you guys just got it, if you guys are running into this issue. It's not the biggest deal, but it definitely seems like something that Sony themselves should be addressing. And I just always want to keep you guys up to date, because I know sometimes people get worried, especially when they get a brand new like $500 console, that something could be wrong, something is going wrong, and how to fix things and all that type of stuff. So I hope you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy the video overall. If any of you guys are brand new, we are giving out a PlayStation 5, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for that, as well as use the link tree link down below for bonus entries. Amazon links down below for controllers for the PS5 red and black controllers, consoles themselves, and all that good stuff. And also we have the Twitter and Twitch stream link down below. You could also throw in Ratchet and Clank down there in case you guys are curious. And of course as well, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock and free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. And so without further ado, let's go dive in the video. So the major issue that's been kind of floating around as of recently has actually been on the PS5 DualSense controller. So there's been two little issues that have always been kind of floating around, and as you guys know, there's been a lot of issues with controller drift. That's not the part of this video, it's something actually different. But some of you guys know we've been seeing like lots of controversies and even some lawsuits, funny enough, and how Sony was kind of messing around with the PlayStation 5 controller. And if you guys don't know what controller drift is, basically just your controller just always perpetually being moved to the right or left or always down or whatever, and it's kind of stuck like that because just in the internals it got a little bit broken. But we actually have a brand new issue floating around now with the PlayStation 5 controller, which is actually based on the battery inside the controller itself. Now, as I mentioned, this is not the biggest issue when it comes to the controller. Like people, of course, always, when there's issues anywhere, always like to go and bring up all this type of stuff. It happens, boys, it happens. But anyway, when it comes to all this, we actually have an issue now that the PlayStation 5 controller is actually going and basically alerting people that the battery is going to die a lot faster than it actually is, and the controller itself actually has a lot more juice left on in it. So it's kind of like the overall gist of it. I'm going to go show up a nice little like article and stuff to kind of go and talk about this stuff overall. But letting you guys know, if you guys did go get your controller and you guys are trying to play your games or whatever, thankfully, if your controller starts showing low battery, you are not fully at low battery. And a lot of people actually have this issue because they'd be playing, you know, for 4 or 5 hours, and then they're like, hey, I thought this was fully charged. I charged this on my computer, I charged this on my PS5, charged it on my USB dock, whatever it was, my charging dock, and I should theoretically be able to use my controller more often. So that also kind of led to some people also buying the controllers too as well. I know some people actually thought their controllers had issues and actually ended up buying the brand new controllers too. So let me go talk about this, kind of give you guys some more details and kind of calm some senses, because it's like a big enough issue that I think Sony should address it and maybe try to fix it in an upcoming like firmware update or just overall software update. So we'll hopefully get to see that sometime in the near future now that this is being brought more attention to other folks out there. But basically we have this over here from Comic Book over here, which basically there's been a lot more issues with controllers being discovered. So a new PS5 controller issue has been possibly discovered. The discovery comes in the way of Reddit, which I kind of feel like a lot of these issues are kind of coming from Reddit nowadays, because there's probably just like such a big sample pool and people being like, hey, yo, Jim, like, is your stuff broken? Okay, mine is too, and kind of can talk about that. And one user actually went and claimed the impressive new DualSense controller alerts users that their battery controller is low, even when the battery still has 50% juice left in it. Obviously, the consequence of this isn't very serious, kind of how I was saying, it's not like, you know, end all be all, but that may mean PS5 users are worrying about juicing up their controller more often than they need to. So kind of reason why I'm even making this is because I've been mentioning, and I've made a few videos on the brand new PS5 controllers. As you guys know, they're going to be coming out very, very soon, the next 2 weeks or so. And I actually did have some people in the community get worried that their controller was just basically breaking or the battery is dying very, very fastly. So it's kind of like the extra reason why I want to make this, to kind of calm you guys down, and also assume like if you're in the middle, like I say, of like a Returnal run, Ratchet and Clank boss or whatever, and the low battery pops on up, you don't have to instantly go and start like turn off your game, pause your game to go charge it. Just letting you guys know, I actually had a few people complain about that because they thought their battery was gonna die when they were in like a Demon Souls fight, and then literally like they're like, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so they just panic, you know. So that always stinks. The actual Reddit post is actually a few weeks old, but it's been making its rounds again, and we've been seeing a lot of other people out there, like other news articles, other YouTubers, other Twitter people, kind of bringing this to attention again, because it seems like it's more of a widespread issue than just a one-person case. As I mentioned, even people in the community have also complained about it too as well, especially on my Twitch stream. So I timed my gaming sessions over the last few days and noted at what point the PS5 would say I have low battery, reads the Reddit post. Overall, there were around 11 to 12 hours of continuous gaming battery life, and the PS5 told me my controller's battery is going low around 6 hours in. And if you guys would agree, even though the PS5 controller is very nice and in-depth with the motors and everything in it, a 5-hour battery life does not seem that good, and I will be honest, I as a Twitch streamer have definitely even gamed longer than 5-6 hours in one session, and also I know some people out there, what if they just forget to charge their controller, they kind of want to maintain that battery itself, or maybe they're just like, they're really inverse and they really want to maybe try to one-shot a brand new game before they get spoiled and stuff like that. So as you guys know, you should theoretically have a longer battery life, as long as like, you know, you're not like, I don't know, just like leaving it on overnight. And this is basically also while mostly playing out of Returnal 2 as well, when they were getting that information, which does use the haptic feedback and all the actual things very hard. No headphones though, and that basically if you guys do use the headphones, will drain a little bit faster. But something like a lot of things are kind of noticing that there is a lot of issues with the battery indicator. One bar still has a ton of battery life left, and if you turn off the PS5 and turn it back on again, the battery will frequently show 2 bars when it showed only 1 before the restart. So basically people are just noticing as they're using their console, kind of being somewhat observant on it, that there is some sort of an issue. It's a very small issue. It's not like a game breaker. It's not the world's worst thing. But like I said, I want to mention this because I've been mentioning the PS5 controllers and stuff like that. I don't want someone to have to spend money if they think their controller is broken, when in all reality, it is actually not. The most recent controller update seems to have done something better, something to the battery indicator, not better. Reads the top comment: my controller's now dropped to a single bar after what seems like 3 to 4 hours or possibly less. So what's going on? Well, one user in the comments suggests that it's based on optimal charging for lithium batteries, which are better to charge when they're between 33 and 20%, then let hit 0. So basically maybe Sony's just trying to go put a little bit of a soft lock, so they don't want people to like having their batteries go to far 0, because it may mess with the longevity of the controllers, which I can maybe see that being like an okay workaround if people knew about it. So my take would maybe be around like, you know, 25% maybe do a notice, maybe around 10% give like a more extreme notice, and then usually by the time I'd say you see like that battery extremely low, charge now type notice, if it was at like 10% or so, then I'm sure most people would be like, all right, it's getting pretty close, let's go and charge it. But I kind of feel like if you're charging it at 50%, no matter like what the battery type is or whatever, it's just not being utilized as often, and typically that may not even be a game session. Or if you're someone, I know a lot of people in my community that have been trying to find the PlayStation 5s, what if you have a family with multiple people in it? So you have like 3 sons, and then they basically have to go take turns on the console because it is an expensive console. That actually can sometimes go and affect that, because then what if you know the middle kid just doesn't have any battery, and then they have to go and charge and they waste their turn for the day? I don't know. I've seen a lot of parents and that stuff, and I know how it was whenever I was growing up too as well. So thankfully Sony, if there is a problem, as we kind of mentioned, even the article says, it's nothing like crazy. It's not console breaking. Controllers aren't like fully breaking, besides like the drift issue we covered there before, but it is still at least a little bit of an issue that we are noticing. And ideally, like, this is one of those just nice quality of life things that if Sony themselves can go and fix, make it a little bit smoother, I'm a-okay with, and I'd probably appreciate, especially the fact that we have these brand new controllers that are coming on June 18th. So I always have those linked down below in case the pre-order's up there. But just like, if they have brand new controllers out there, as I mentioned a few times throughout the video, I don't want my viewers spending extra money they don't need to, or as well, I want to make sure if people get the brand new controllers, they don't think there's anything wrong with them, or if they have to return them, or all of that stuff. So you guys can leave your thoughts down below if you guys have actually had this issue yourselves, or you guys ran into it. I know a lot of you guys are still trying to find your console, so don't worry about that too as well. And thankfully this should be a pretty easy fix with Sony, but I mean, an issue is an issue. I just want to make sure you guys aren't spending extra money and getting like reset controllers or bonus controllers if you guys don't need to. But I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. As I mentioned, funny enough, all the controllers linked down below. We have the Twitch and Twitter as well if you guys want to follow. Check out the Amazon links as well. As I mentioned, I'll put the Ratchet link down there too if you guys want to. We also do have the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. Go ahead and make sure you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. And as always, guys, I appreciate you guys all for watching, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys all later on throughout today for some more videos. Love you guys.